I'm a huge fan of writing things down. Writing things down helps you get specific, right? Thinking things through in your mind alone without the help of pen and paper to kind of capture your thoughts and then be able to build on it and build on it and build on it. For me, anyway, it's very limited. I think for most people, it's very limited. So writing it down just helps you process and internalize and think clear. So you're going to have more clarity around your goal. But I think that also something happens when you actually write it down that becomes motivating or self-fulfilling, where like the act of writing it down alone impacts your subconscious mind or something, so it makes it more likely to actually happen. But I'm a huge fan of like writing your goals down and making them very clear and specific.
Speaking of making specific, can you talk on that? Like, I want to be a millionaire. Is that enough?
Yeah, right. And honestly, this is something that is challenging for me as well. Like, I know very well directionally where I want to go with things, but specifically numbers and dates and that kind of stuff, I'm a little hesitant to do that. But I make myself do that regularly because like if it's not specific to that level, it's really hard to then work backwards to figure out what needs to be true, what needs to happen to get there. So if you want to make something great happen, be clear on what it is that you really want. What does the outcome look like? Play around with making it bigger, much, much bigger than you were thinking. Write it down, make it super specific, and then you work backwards from that. So most people, when they want to achieve something, they work forwards. They're like, oh, I got to do this and that. Like I need to do social media, and I also need to do, send a bunch of emails, and I need to have a website. I need to like this and that, and they make this like long laundry list of all the things that they think they need to have. Or like I want to get in shape. I need to eat lots of steak and like do lots of cardio and lift weights and do all these other things. And maybe you don't, right? When you get very specific on what exactly is the goal, then you can say, all right, what needs to be true, what has to be in place in order to reach that goal? Like what are the minimum things that I need to do? What are the things that absolutely has to be done in order to achieve this goal? And then that's your list. And anything that doesn't meet that criteria, you don't have to do. You can still do it if you want to, if it's fun, but you're not doing it to achieve the goal because they're not required to reach that goal. Like a classic example that many people fail to realize is that you don't need a damn website. Like it's usually someone who wants to go in business, the first thing is like, I need a website. Where can I find a designer, a website builder person that can help me build this website? And then you spend weeks or months and tens, sometimes like thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars on building a damn website. And that's like the least thing that you need. Like if your goal is to make money and make an income, what you need is you need an offer, you need something to sell, you need a way to convert the people to make that sale, to convince people to buy, and you need a way to get leads, to get people into that sales conversation. A website is not there anywhere. Like you might have a URL that you send people to, and there's an opt-in that says, hey, if you're interested in so-and-so, like enter your name and email. And then you can engage in a sales conversation. But you don't need like a website with like, here I'm at, my backstory and my about page and like all of that stuff, right? Not necessary to get there. You don't need social media to get there. But most people will like want to create a bunch of social media because it's like, it's what you're supposed to do and what everybody else does, right? And you need to be at all the platforms and post there all the time and like you write, 10 blog posts a day, like all the stuff that people will tell you that you need to do that you really don't.